Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to today's video. So today's video, excited because I finally got my hands on the two new eyeshadow palettes from LYS Beauty. So I am a huge fan of LYS Beauty. I pretty much have, I think, most of their products. I don't have their highlighters. So I don't have they have a liquid and a powder highlighter. I don't have their highlighters, but I think I have everything else. And a huge fan of the brand. So they came out with eyeshadow palettes. They came out with two. Now these are currently only available on QVC. The brand did send me one of them. They sent me the neutral one, which is empowered. Yeah, empowered. And then I purchased the unapologetic from QVC. So I did purchase this one myself. So this one I received, this one I got, I purchased on myself. So yeah, we're gonna try them out. I'm gonna try them out for the first time. And I'm anxious. I think they're really pretty. Now, before I get into the actual palettes, let's just read the description. It says, all eyes on you, dip into this illuminating 6-piece eyeshadow palette from LYS Beauty, made complete with soft metallics, enchanting shimmers, and core matte shades that transform your eye look from start to finish. These ultra creamy eyeshadow pigments instantly blend onto the lid with maximum color payoff and vibrancy, perfectly complementing all skin tones and eye colors. The multidimensional shimmer shades bring life to the eyes, while the pigmented matte nudes mix and match like a dream for everyday looks. So again, like I mentioned, there is a neutral shade and a neutral palette and a multicolored. Now let's talk about the packaging. So I love that LYS is like on par with their packaging. Everything is a triangle. I like that. However, the packaging, I think these are the eyeshadows, and no, these aren't. This is the setting powder and this is the bronzer, because this is the eyeshadow. It's the same exact packaging. So I like it and I don't like that. The reason why I don't like it is because I don't know which one's which. So the setting powder and the bronzer, these are them, exact same packaging. So I have to read the back. And then the eyeshadows, again, same exact packaging. So I like it, oops, I like it and I don't like it. That's the only thing. Now with the cream blushes, they are a little different. You can see that they kind of have like, you know, it's just a little bit different kind of shade. So I like that because now, even though I have I have two of these, and I prefer the minis because the minis have a clear top and I like that. But these at least I know these are blushes. So that's the only thing about the packaging. It can make it if you have, you know, several, you know, like me, I have the setting powder, I have the bronzer, you can get confused. But other than that, I do like that it's on par with the brand, because it does make things easier to store when things are the same size. So, you know, take it or leave it, just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's first take a look at Empowered. Now, Empowered is the neutral palette, and so we have the shades Leader, Focused, Unstoppable, Genius, Hustler, and CEO. So this is Empowered. I think it's really pretty. Now it has 3 matte shades, 3 shimmer shades, you know, very neutral, very, I think it's just really pretty. So anxious to try this one. This one I definitely am the one that I gravitate towards. And then we have, let's see, we have, this is Unapologetic. So this is the one that's a little bit more multicolor. And we have Boujee, Savage, That Girl, Bold, Unique, and Sorry Not Sorry. So those are the shades for the multicolor palette, which is Unapologetic. So I like this one too. I mean, this one, again, 3 matte shades, 3 shimmer shades. As you can tell, I have not swatched them, so I'm going to swatch them now. And curious to see, because the only thing I would say is these 2 shades right here look very similar. So that I'm a little concerned, but let's go ahead and do a side-by-side comparison of the 2, just so you can kind of see. This one definitely has a little bit more depth in it, because you've got 3 definitely distinct mattes, where these 2, I'm kind of curious how they're going to look. Okay, so we're going to start with the Empowered palette, and this is Leader, Focused, Unstoppable, Genius, Hustler, and CEO. So that is in the Empowered palette. Okay, moving on to Unapologetic, we have Boujee, Savage, That Girl, Bold, Unique, and then Sorry Not Sorry. So those are the swatches for the Unapologetic palette, and there is a good difference between these two. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Empowered palette, and I'm gonna go in with the first shade, which is Leader. Now, the shades are on the back, but I cannot see them. So I am using the picture from QVC. So I'm gonna go in with that first shade, Leader, as a transition shade, and just go in all over the crease. Okay, that went on really nice, really smooth. I wasn't sure what the swatches. The swatches, it didn't swatch well. But, not that it swatched bad, but it didn't swatch like very well. But, you know, swatches never really tell you how it's going to apply on the eye. But this went on really, really nice, really, really smooth, very, very clean. So I really like that. So next I'm going to go in with that purpley shade. And on the outer corner, that's the Unstoppable shade. So I'm going to go in on the outer corner and just kind of add a little bit of depth there on the outer corner like I always do, and then deepen it within the crease as well. So again, the matte went on really, it just went on really easy, blended really easy, like a dream. So far with the mattes, I'm very, very impressed. Next, I'm gonna go in, again, I'm doing a very simple look. This is gonna be the CEO. It's kind of that gold shade right here. I am gonna try with a brush first and see how that goes. And then maybe I'll go in with my finger. So let's try with the brush first. Ooh, that went on really nice. So it actually goes on really nice with the brush. Okay. Yeah, wow, not expecting that. Not expecting that after, again, after the swatches. I don't know, I'm really impressed with this. So that is really pretty, and it's going on really nicely with the brush. I also did not put any primer down on my eyes. I did not do any primer today. So going a little bit with the finger, but yeah, this is really nice. I'm liking it. Okay, and next I'm going to go in with the Genius shade, which is like the champagne, and I'm going to go in on the inner corner, and that is really pretty. So I'm using 4 of the 6 shades. Now these palettes run $25. I believe they're going to eventually come to their website and to Sephora. I'm not 100% sure, but right now they are exclusive to QVC, and a lot of brands are going to QVC. I'm kind of curious about that. Lawless is on there. Tarte's been on there for a while. They've been releasing their products there. And there's another brand that just announced that they're going to be on QVC. So, but QVC, you can get some really good deals. That's the thing about QVC is you have to pay for shipping, but the shipping's like $3.50. But you can get some good deals. Like, you know, they have some really great bundles right now for LYS. So that is, now there was no bundle for this. This was what it was. But that is the final look for the Empowered palette. I really like it. Very easy. See, I was not expecting that shimmer, and that it's applied so well, especially with a brush. And, you know, doing this, again, small camera, small mirror, I'm really impressed with this so far. Okay, so I finished the look. I went a little bit underneath on the lower lash line. I love it. I really, for $25, I think it's great, really great. Really blends out really nice. So I am very impressed. Next, we're going to go in with the Unapologetic. This is the more colorful palette. So I'm going to start with the shade Sorry Not Sorry, which is this one right here. And again, I'm going to do the same thing on the same kind of application. I'm going to start and do it in on the crease on this side. Okay, so again, blended out, applied beautifully, went on really nice. And I really like the shade. So really like that shade, kind of using that as a transition shade. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Bold, which is the darker brown. And let's see if I can get a little bit of depth in this look. Even though that one shade is pretty dark, it looks like there is enough of a difference to just get a little bit more depth. Okay, so my concern of it not having enough depth, it does have enough, and there is enough of a difference between the two. That was my concern, that in the pan, it looks like they're very, very close, but it looks like there's enough difference, at least that I can see, to get the depth within the crease. So trying to decide which shade to go with, but I'm leaning towards that teal. I've been using that teal a lot. I tried the Mini Wild West from Urban Decay and then the Viseart San Francisco palette. So that's where I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna do that and put it just on the lid, just like I did on the other one. So that shade is number 3, and that is That Girl. So that teal shade is That Girl. And we're gonna go in just like we did on the other one and place it all over the lid. And man, it just shows up so nice, especially with the brush. Okay, so that applied so nicely again on the lid. Like, it applied just so smooth and effortlessly. I did go in and tap a little bit with my finger. And now I'm gonna go in with that first shade and go in and just do it on the inner corner. So we'll do that. And there you have it. So let me touch it up a little bit. I think that this shade is too dark for me for my brow bone. This palette is probably, you know, I think it could use for someone that's, you know, definitely has a deeper skin tone. You could use that on the brow bone. For me, I think it's just a tad too dark. And I think I would probably, you know, if I wasn't trying to just use each palette on each eye, I think they're very complementary. So I think if you had both palettes, you could definitely complement them. I think the shades, I think that's probably how they were designed, where you could use, you could kind of complement them, but you can definitely use them as a standalone. So not having that light shimmer shade for brow bone highlight or inner corner isn't a deal breaker for me, because I usually have a highlighter anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But let me go ahead and finish up, and then I will come back. Okay, and there is my final look with the Unapologetic palette. So I really like this one too. I think it's really pretty. I like this one. This one probably has a little bit more versatility, because if I had used that pink shade instead of the green shade, completely different look. If I had used that mustard shade as a transition shade, completely different look. So definitely, and then, or if I just used the light shade, whatever it's called, if I had just used that one, it would have been, I think that's Boujee. Again, completely different look. So this one definitely has a lot more versatility, but it's multicolor. This one I think is probably going to get, you're gonna get similar looks. Obviously, if I had gone in with that pink shade, it's going to be a little bit different. This shade right here, this kind of pink, I could have done without that shade. I would have liked to have maybe another shimmer or another matte. I do really like the mattes. The mattes are beautiful, but it's just such a light shade. So I just don't tend to use light matte shades. I'm not to say that I won't use it, but I don't tend to use it. So I would have liked a different matte in here. However, of the two, which one will I probably use more? It'll probably be this one, just because this is what I gravitate towards. I gravitate towards, you know, pretty neutrals, and these type of shades tend to make my eyes pop. However, I love this one. I think this is beautiful. I love that teal green. I'm really anxious to try that pink. So this one, I really like both. Again, the mattes, amazing. Like, the mattes just went on so nicely, blended out so nicely, no fallout, and the shimmers went on really, really easily with the brush. Now, I will say the pan size is a little weird. And that's just because you're gonna get that shape. When you go in, like, that was made it hard to swatch it, because you really can't go in and get it. But with the brush, it wasn't a big deal. With the brush, because the brush is going to be still smaller than the pan size. So swatching, it was difficult, but with the brush, not so much. And yeah, I really like these. So again, these are $25 currently, only available on QVC. So I do have a promo code with LYS Beauty. It will be below, and it's always, you can use my link tree, and the current promo code, because they change it every 30 days, will always be in my link tree. So if it's the one that's there is expired, then you can always just go to my link tree, and I always update it there. But these are currently only available on QVC, so there's no discount, and right now they're $25. I purchased one of them, there was like a 10%, so I think I got it for like $22.50, but then I had to pay $3.50 for shipping, so kind of kind of balanced out. But I do really like these. So I hope they come to Sephora. I hope they come to LYS Beauty. So right now there's no specials or anything. It's just you get the palette. But I think they're really good. So for $25, I think they're really good. Personally, I would wait. If you're anxious to get them on QVC. Maybe they have a special. Sometimes they offer free shipping. If not, I would wait till they come to lysbeauty.com or to Sephora. That's just personally, if you're not in a rush, then you can get, my code is always 20%, so you can save 20. And then at $20, I think it's a really great buy, and you can get both, 20 bucks. I think that's great. So I would personally, if you could wait to get it on LYS Beauty, do that. If not, if you're really anxious, I do think they're worth $25. So again, I think they're worth it. But with that, if you like this video, click like, click and subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I post a new video. Bye everyone.